up here just talking. Make sure that, let me know if y'all can hear me by putting a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Appreciate it. Can you get this person out the live stream for me? John, get up out my live stream. You need to go. Thank you. Now, on this live today, we're not going to be playing any games. We're going to get straight to the point. Do not come in here putting stupid stuff. Do not come in here to troll. I need y'all to participate. It's either you're going to participate or you're not. It's either you're going to stay on topic or you're not. Because, see, the problem in society as it is everybody is not only conditioned, but easily distracted. Thank you. Let them know. Please be respectful. Harpreet, what's up? So, everybody is easily distracted. And then there's people out here that will try to distract you as well from the truth. We have been conditioned as a people since we were even thought of. Since way before we was even thought of. We have been conditioned. Y'all gotta understand something. This life that we're living, and this is what I said, I might be repeating myself again. Because honestly, when you know the truth about things, unfortunately, you're gonna have to repeat yourself a lot. As long as it is on topic, Harpreet, whatever question it is, as long as it's on topic, we've been conditioned since way before we were even thought of. We've been conditioned. I mean, our family members were conditioned. They were brainwashed. They thought that everything that they knew, they can give that knowledge to us, but unknowingly, they're not even realizing that they're giving out the incorrect info. Since we were little babies, little toddlers, we've been conditioned. They taught us everything incorrectly. Now, the only thing that I can say that's not incorrect is your hygiene, making sure you take care of your hygiene, making sure you get some sleep, making sure that you stay in good health. But everything else was just programmed and we were conditioned. Breakfast in the morning, lunch in the afternoon, dinner in the evening, and snack in the afternoon. Condition. Who the hell said that we even had to eat breakfast in the morning? Who even said that we have to eat lunch in the afternoon? Why we can't eat lunch in the morning? Why can't we do it our way? Do y'all not realize how they have conditioned everyone, brainwashed everyone into believing that this is the way that you live your life? You wake up in the morning, what do? You go and you take you a bath or a shower, get ready for work. There's a certain shift that you work, and there's a certain routine that you have. You have to follow routine every day. They have created life based off of routine. The way that they want us to live life is based off of strictly routine. Either you get with the program or you ain't. Skeezer. A lot of people at this point, shout out to my husband for saying this. It's either you wake up because you have no choice to wake up at this point, or you just stay asleep. And you would prefer to be brainwashed. A lot of people out here, they know they in the matrix, but they would prefer to stay in the matrix. Seriously. This is what people have told me. This is what people have told me. The people as of lately that I have been speaking to, random people, right? When I start talking about the matrix, and they tell me stuff like they know about the matrix and they know that they're in the matrix. I'm like, yeah, you're in the matrix. So they like, well, I mean, might as well be in the matrix, stay in the matrix. Like, people are justifying staying in the matrix. There was this one YouTuber the other day. Welcome to the live stream. There was this other YouTuber that I was listening to the other day. Now he reports on like crime and stuff like that or whatever. So towards the end of his video, he starts talking about how he hates when people tell him to stop celebrating holidays because he's tired of people saying that it's in the Bible. That it's in the Bible that we should not idolize or worship any idols or anything like that, right? And he feels that people are too holier than thou because they speak on not celebrating holidays. And then he makes the excuse that he does it for his kids. He does it for his kids. His kids wants to celebrate holiday. Listen, this is the part that really got to me. He said that I do it for my kids. My kids want to celebrate the holidays. My kids, they just want to see they want to see this. They want to see that. They want to do this. They want to do that, right? And then he said that we are already in hell, so we might as well enjoy it because that's where we're going to be anyway. I immediately exited his video because, like, first and foremost, I'm sick and tired of y'all putting stuff off on the kids. These kids knew nothing about holidays until you introduced them to it. They knew nothing about it until you introduced them to it. You blaming the kids because the kids want to see it, but you're the one that introduced them to it. They wouldn't know anything about it and they wouldn't even care about it had you never introduced them to it. So now it's the kids' fault. Then he goes on to say that you're too holy because you bring up holidays. You're too holy. You bring up not celebrating holidays. My thing is, these are the same people that say that they believe in God. How do you believe in God if you don't believe what's written? If you don't feel like you should abide by the laws in the Bible, but you believe in God, but you don't feel like You're obligated, you are obligated to abide by what is written, and people are making excuses not to do so. But you don't make excuses when the system tell your ass to get out here and work your ass off and work hard. You don't make excuses then. You don't make excuses for the system. You don't make excuses for the system. You do what they tell you to do. You comply. But you believe in God though. Make it make sense. You believe in God, but you don't want to abide by what's written. You don't want to really follow the straight and narrow. You don't even want to do that. You don't even want to try. You know, y'all path is so crooked. And the fact that you want it to stay crooked and the fact that you don't even want to fix it is crazy. It's diabolical. When someone tells you the truth and you know the truth, but yet and still you resist the truth and you decide to do wrong, you already know. You already know. You already know that eventually your life is not going to go good. Because these are the same people, they feel like their life is going good right now. Everything is going good. But you got to understand something. When you don't want to abide by the laws of the Bible, when you do not want to walk on the straight and narrow, but you swear you believe in God. You swear you believe in God because you go to church every Sunday. Eventually, your life is going to be in pieces, crumbling in pieces. Thank you. Get these people up out of here. Facts. They not ready. Nothing but a bunch of robots and trolls. Nothing but a bunch of robots and trolls. But no matter what, it's still not going to stop me from telling the truth. Because the truth is, we've been brainwashed our whole entire lives. And you want to know what's such a blessing? Do you want to know what's such a blessing? What's such a blessing is for anybody to wake up every single day of their lives and open their eyes. But most importantly, what's such a blessing is when you're able to escape the matrix. Trust me, it's a blessing. And people don't even understand. You don't understand. You do not understand. You don't understand how much of a blessing it is to escape the matrix, to know about this system and their little plots and schemes. It's such a blessing to not even to not let society get the best of you because you know the truth and they don't. It's such a blessing. It's such a blessing to know the truth, to educate others on the truth, and to just know that that's what you out here doing. It's a blessing. A lot of people just they they they're all like everybody is just like in this mindset of like materialistic this. I need this, I need this, I need that, I need this, I need. When y'all gonna wake up and finally realize that it's not about materialistic things? When are you gonna wake up and realize it is about your life? When are you gonna wake up and realize it is about you waking up every single day, opening your eyes? I promise you it is. It is about your life, you having life. That's what this life that we live, that's what it's really about. It's about you being able to live. They distracting you from even knowing that. They're distracting you. They're disturbing your peace. They are distracting you from even knowing that you're here to live, to get through life. You here to live. Like you ain't here to be someone's bot, someone's puppet. You ain't here to spend the rest of your life working a 9 to 5 until you break down and your bones break down and your health is bad. You're not here for that. You're not here to live another man's dream. You're not here for that. You ain't here to be worried about what he said, she said, they said. You ain't supposed to we ain't supposed to worry about what nobody else think about us. You said, on my soul it is. Dealing with this chat reminds me of when Pastor Stephen Darby used to ask, are y'all there? Cause like for real, y'all ain't hearing her for real. And see, like I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this. It's cool. It's cool because I know what my sole purpose is. I'm gonna keep talking because sometimes us as content creators, small content creators, big content creators, we have to understand something. Let me tell y'all something. I'm telling y'all, this rabbit hole goes so deep. It's so deep that social media platforms is most importantly definitely in on this. You know why I think YouTube is worse than Facebook? Because they silence you and they know that your whole purpose of being on your platform is to speak, right? So they try to figure out different ways how they can silence you, mute your live streams, cut you off, reconnect you, all type of stuff when you start speaking the truth. They know that with this life that man created, this manual book, you know, um, they know that we as human beings are easily distracted as it is, right? We believe everything that we see. We believe everything that someone told us. We believe everything that we hear. Evidently, look at us. You know what I'm saying? Look at the way that we live in our life and how we live in our life for someone else. So, with that being said, YouTube's YouTube, what they do is they take away your watch hours, they take away your views. It's probably way more than two people in this live stream, probably way more than two likes, because it is the illusion. They know that they can get you to believe whatever you see, whatever they put there for you to see. They want you to come down on yourself. They want you to feel like you ain't nothing. They want you to feel like you ain't being heard. They want YouTube, want you to. Do y'all not know how dangerous that is? Do you not know how dangerous that is? Because I'm gonna be honest with you. It ain't just Facebook, bro. It's a lot of social media platforms that's in on this. Real talk. That's ruining the people. And unfortunately, YouTube is one of them. At one point, YouTube, you know, YouTube wasn't a wave though. You know what I'm saying? What's up, P? At one point, YouTube wasn't a wave. It was just, Facebook. Facebook. Everybody was on Facebook. But then later on down the line, YouTube, started to get a lot of attention. The YouTube platform started to get a lot of attention. A lot of people started creating platforms in 2020 because we were on lockdown, right? So a lot of people went to YouTube. A lot of people left Facebook and came to YouTube. A lot of people are leaving YouTube and going to TikTok. A lot of people's creating Instagrams. You know what I'm saying? So now that they know that they got you locked in. You locked in. You care so much. They know that you care so much. They know that a lot of people, they use YouTube for their sole purpose, but then their sole purpose is demolished because now all they do is think about the money, and that's all they need you to do. So now you worried about your views. You worried about how many people watching you. You're worried. You're concerned because you believe that without a lot of people watching you, a lot of clicks and views, because see, like I told you, they want you to have that mindset about clicks and views. You already left Facebook for that reason. You know what I'm saying? They want you to think about the clicks and the views. They want you there. And a lot of content creators that is smart, that is woke, unfortunately, YouTube is pulling y'all back into the matrix. They pulling y'all in there because y'all content creators need to understand something. You're losing your purpose. Your purpose to be on this YouTube platform was to do it because you wanted to do it because you wanted to show the world. You wanted to show the world your talent, or you wanted to show the world, that you know the truth about, the system. You came, overall, you came on this YouTube platform for what you decided to create a platform for. Your whole purpose. But YouTube strips your purpose away because they get you to think about the money. The only way to think about the money is when your only income is YouTube as well. Your only income is YouTube. And you know what's so dangerous about that as well? You have to create different streams of income because once they take your platform away from you, then what? You're going to have to start all the way over from scratch if you even feel like doing that. Their whole purpose is to drag you back into the matrix some way, somehow. Is to pull you back in. So those of y'all that have left the matrix, you know what I'm saying, and became content creators or was already content creators, or anybody that's out there that's thinking about getting on YouTube, I'm gonna be honest with you. My advice to you is to be careful. It can't mentally, it can get dangerous. I'm telling you. Mentally, it can get dangerous because once you finally get the clicks and the views that you've been wanting, that you've been craving for, once you start getting those subscribers that you've been wanting and that you've been craving for, you know now that you are close to monetization or you probably already monetized. So now all you can think about is the clicks and the views. And you forgetting about your purpose. You forgetting about your drive. Something that you really love to do. Before you even got on the platform, you weren't even caring about the money. You just like, man, I just want everybody to see what I know how to do, or see me speak or hear me speak or whatever, react to videos and whatever you came on here to do. Don't let them drag you out of it because they will make you think about the money. I'm telling you, it's dangerous. And I see a lot of content creators out here that is woke. They don't even know that low key they YouTube pulled them slightly back into the matrix. They got one foot in and one foot out. I'm telling you, they don't even know. Because anytime you have to convince your audience, click, make sure y'all like the stream. Come on now, make sure y'all subscribe, like the stream. Make sure y'all watching the videos all the way through. Anytime you have to convince your audience to do that, you know where your mind is at. You know that what you are thinking of is the money. You you need the money, you need the coins. So in order for you to get to that point, you need all of your subscribers, your entire audience, to make sure they're liking, subscribing, watching all of your videos and watching the videos through. And it's just like y'all still don't see it. Yeah, y'all woke, you woke, but YouTube then wheeled you back into the matrix again because now your man is back on the money. And you the same one that said that you don't care about money, you don't think about money. I can't tell you how many of these woke content creators out here are saying that. But yet and still, you can't hold back from telling your audience to like the stream, watch the videos fully through. so your watch hours can go up and all of that. Like, you shouldn't even have to tell them that. Think about your purpose. What was your purpose? What did you come here to do? Unfortunately, you do got some people that's already into the matrix, y'all. So their purpose is to just make a platform so they can get money. They don't even care about educating the people. They don't even care about showing people their talents. They don't even care. They just coming on YouTube for money because they know they can get paid. They know they can get a check. Those are the people that's already in the matrix. Let me read y'all comments. You said P says, yeah, I stream on YouTube and Rumble due to the censorship here, but unfortunately I can't drop YouTube if I read that right. Hubby says they convinced y'all to believe the internet is your actual life and uh you are nothing without it. Yeah, have a passion and don't do it for the money. Facts. And then P says, I agree. Don't do it for the money. Do it for what you're passionate about and hope to reach others with. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Y'all, I started literally when YouTube started doing what they did to me behind the scenes. Y'all don't even know what these people be doing to me. For real. And then the funny part about it is they really think that I'm affected by it. And to be honest, I'm not affected by what y'all do. But the only thing that I do get affected by is when y'all are cutting me off from my truth to my audience or whoever's watching. I don't like the fact that y'all are and I'm gonna say this to y'all because I know they see my emails and they ignoring them or whatever. You know, they ignoring them because they know what they doing, y'all. Because at this point, it's nothing pertaining to um me saying the wrong thing. Community guidelines. It's nothing pertaining to that. Because if it was, they would literally put that in the email. So I'm not saying anything wrong, evidently. But I can tell you right now, the people that's in control, they feel some type of way. You know, you can hit home. Real talk with the words that you say out your mouth, you can hit home. And I do feel like a lot of them, they get upset by the stuff that I say. They take it personal. So when they take it personal, they do certain things to you. They nitpick at you, and they want you to be affected by it. But I'm not affected by it, you know? The only thing that I do get affected by is the fact, like I said, that y'all are cutting me off from telling the truth. Y'all really are trimming my videos down. If I make a 1 hour live stream, they will trim that down all the way to, they've done it before. They will trim it down all the way to 30 minutes or 39 minutes. Like, where is the rest of my stream? Why are y'all cutting me off? And then they want you to care about, they lying about my views, y'all. I'm sitting in my YouTube studio, right? And the reason I don't care about views for money, okay? I just had no choice but to realize what they were doing, right? Because once I'm done with my live streams or once I'm done doing a video and I upload it or whatever, I go to my YouTube studio and I am actually able to see how many people have viewed the video or whatever like that. So when I look, I say for instance, I see a video and after I upload it and it immediately says that there was 45 people watching, specifically a live stream, right? 45 people watching. Then an hour later, I go back to it and it's no longer 45 people watching. Why is it 15 people that has watched it? Why did my likes go from 13 to 3? Come on now. And this is what they're doing. This is what they're doing. They're See, that's why I say it's the illusion. Man, it's that they want you to believe that. They want you to believe that you ain't shit. And ain't nobody watching you and no one cares about you, Danny TV. No one's watching you in your videos. But even still though, even if ain't nobody watching me for real, I don't care. That's not going to stop me from doing what my purpose is, for doing what my passion is, sharing the truth with everybody. So, rather it's YouTube that is playing with my views and my likes and stuff like that, or rather it's people that's just not liking what I'm talking about and they don't even want to watch. I don't care. I really don't. I do not rely on YouTube for a check. Hell, I don't rely on nobody, no one, no job for a check. I don't care. Money do not phase me whatsoever. Seriously, it don't. Because see, the thing is, overall in life, they want you to feel like without money, you're not shit. And excuse my language, but that's just flat out how they feel. Without money, you ain't shit. Without money, you're not a real woman. Without money, you ain't a real man. You're broke, you're useless, and you have nothing to live for because you don't have any money. They want you to believe that in their minds, they want you to believe that it costs to live. They want you to believe that. You said, wow, copyright warning or something, or it just cuts out. No copyright warnings, literally. They're not giving me any copyright warnings. What they're doing is they're not allowing me to tell the full truth. You know what I'm saying? So they're cutting down my videos. They're cutting them down because I did a my stream was, as a matter of fact, I take that back. That stream was 49 minutes. 49 minutes long. They took that 49-minute long stream that I did and chopped it all the way down to 20 minutes. And I try to reach out to them about it, and they've been ignoring me. And then they've been messing with my views and watch hours and stuff like that, and subscribers on certain videos. And I mean, not subscribers, watch hours and views and likes, right? Because when I view it, when I first upload it, I get, that count, and they're bringing it down. They're bringing it down. Like, how can, and then when I try to reach out to them about it, they're ignoring me, but they're emailing me about everything else, though. Everything else matters. Oh, hi, Danny TV. We just want to let you know that you're able to now use this feature. I don't give a damn about a feature. I don't care. I don't care. I could care less about a feature. What is happening with the views and what is happening with the likes? And like I said, I don't care about it for the money. I care because I pay attention to detail. I pay attention to things and I question things as we should. Real talk. You don't, when somebody, so this is my question to a lot of y'all adults out there. When someone gives you a contract or paperwork that you have to read, do you read it or you just sign? Because a lot of y'all out there, y'all just sign. All they have to do is tell you what you want to hear. They give you some paperwork and they, okay, mister, so this is what this is about. So all you have to do is just sign your name there. And y'all, damn, you ain't even gonna read it for yourself. You just gonna believe what this chick told you? Nah. Hold on. Sorry, ma'am. Me, this is what I tell people. It don't matter where I'm at, what I'm doing, what I'm signing off on, no matter what. I ask questions. I ask questions, and most importantly, I let them know, hey, give me a second. I gotta read all of this before I sign because you can be signing your life away. And let me tell you, just let me tell you, you are a problem to them. You a problem to them because you check your receipts. You a problem to them because you read before you sign. You a problem to them because you check your bags to make sure you got all your groceries. You a problem to them because you open up your bag to check inside and make sure all your food is in there and your food is done right. You're a freaking problem. You a problem to your job because you know for a fact you worked way more hours than what they're saying on this paperwork. And they're paying you less than what they're supposed to be paying you. You're a problem because you thoroughly check things. You're labeled you're labeled as a problem. Seriously. You a problem because you advocate for what's right. You said if what you do changes one life for the better, then it's all worth it. It is. It is. And that's all I really care about. Changing other people's lives if I have a positive effect on them. Because I want to have a positive effect on everybody. But I don't care about how someone feels about me behind the scenes, behind the camera. Like people that personally know me, that's come across my videos and watching me, I don't care what they think about me. Because at the end of the day, I know the truth and you don't. You would prefer to not know the truth. That's the difference between me and you. And they be so mad because they can't, that you're not them. They're so mad because you're different. They so mad because they know that what you do does make a difference. So, like I said, we were brainwashed. We were brainwashed long ago. And you want to know what's so bad about that? Like I said, because the people that brought us up, that raised us up, they were brainwashed. They were conditioned. You know what's so sick about people when they know the truth and they don't apply it? When they know the truth and they don't even want to teach their children the truth. They don't feel like, it even matters. They'll find out. No. When you know something, educate everybody else. People really are so selfish that they selfish with their truth. And a lot of these content creators, they so selfish with their truth, they want you to pay for it. Become a member. Become a member and open up this so you can pay to hear the truth. No. People that really tell the truth, well, telling the truth does not come with a price though. And the problem with society is they were brainwashed into thinking that you literally have to pay for everything to get by, to live. Even the truth, you gotta pay for the truth. You want some water, you gotta pay to drink some water. You want to go see beautiful nature and things like that, you gotta pay to get in. They put a price on everything. You want some extra sauces to go with your nuggets, you gotta pay for that. Even though you already paid for your whole meal, you gotta pay for some extra sauce. You gotta pay for a bag. They life, the life that they made up, that they created, they put a price tag on it because they want you to believe that the only way for you to live is to pay. That's what they want you to believe. And there's way too many people out here that's too far gone. They too far gone. You can't even. I mean, they so far gone that it just take one more piece of technology, one more thing to come out, and they gonna turn into full blown robots and zombies. Because to be honest, on some real stuff, that's all that's all that's out here. That's all that's out here. Zombies. Robots. People out here sleepwalking. They sleepwalking, they sleep. See, the thing is that what a lot of people don't understand is that spiritually you're dead. Your soul is already left. Real talk. You just a walking flesh. You're just walking flesh. Y'all allowed the devil to buy y'all out. Y'all have allowed the devil to buy y'all out to the point where you no longer see this life as reality. Social media bought you a long time ago. You allow your own devices to control you. It tells you when to go to sleep. Because let's just be 100. A lot of y'all can't even put y'all phones down. That's how bad it has gotten. It has gotten to a point where you can't even put your phone down. You can't even put your phone down. People fall asleep with their phones in their hands, with their phones next to them. You might as well marry your phone. You with your phone more than you're with your wife and your husband. You spend more time with your phone than you spend with your children. You spend more time with your phone than anything in this world because they done made you get to the point where your phone matters more than anything. To the point where if I can only imagine if they shut down social media completely, all platforms, y'all asses will go bunkers. They know they have you under their control. And the worst thing that they can do is take away social media for y'all. Because a lot of y'all would not know how to act. They already showed us what would happen if they took away TikTok. And what happened? Y'all was going crazy. A bunch of adults acting like a bunch of babies and a bunch of children pouting and shouting and screaming, throwing tantrums, sitting in y'all car recording y'allselves though. See, that's the thing. Y'all life is literally recorded. Your whole entire life is recorded. You record everything you do, every place you go. You taking pictures of everything and everybody. Every day in your life you take pictures and you post them to social media. They got y'all under the spell. They got y'all under the spell. Y'all are gone. And that's like I said, that's all they needed. Because they know that in a snap of a finger, they got y'all so in control, under control, in a snap of a finger. If they take away social media, all social media platforms, when I tell you people are going to go crazy, they're going to go crazy because they know that social media is the way of life. It's the way of their life. And if it goes away, they're not going to know what to do. They're not going to know what to do. They're not going to know how to handle themselves. They don't want social media to die. And when he fake took away TikTok and all of those people across the world that was going insane, I said, man, if they take away social media platforms, people was gonna go crazy. They already seen how the whole entire world would act once the networks went down. What was that? Verizon Wireless and T-Mobile, I believe, a few years ago. The 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 network went down, and people were going crazy. And I'm watching videos of people going insane because they had no network, no network connection, no internet connection. They were going crazy. They couldn't call anybody. So when they shut the grid down, y'all, they have literally gave us bits and pieces. By them playing with us, they have literally given us bits and pieces of the reaction that society will give once they take away something that you believe that you can hold for a lifetime, which is social media and your cell phone and internet connection. Do you see how you're pacified by the system as a damn adult and the fact that they have you under the spell? Man, when I tell you, all they need to do is take away what they're giving you right now, which is internet connection. Take away social media because you're able to be on there every single day and you spend your whole life on there. Take it away and watch the whole entire world act the ass. When I tell y'all the rate of people taking themselves out is going to be so high, it's ridiculous. The rate of people taking themselves out just because they feel like they have nothing else to live for because social media is gone, it's going to be ridiculous. Population control. I'm going to be honest with you. We don't have to physically go to war with another country. The biggest retaliation on us as the United States, being that we're a bunch of, crap babies and pacified as children, because this whole entire world, there is no more real men left and there is no more real women left. There's nothing but a bunch of kids. We're the damn adults. So all they have to do to us is take away something that our spoiled asses was given, which is the internet. I'm telling you. Take away the internet. Make it to where phones just don't even exist anymore. Smartphones is just out of whack now. Smart TVs, non-existent. Turn off the whole entire grid. I'm telling you, that's the best retaliation in in their eyes. And that I'm telling you, you do not know how many people gonna take themselves out. They ain't gonna know what to do. Do you not know how the crime rate will go up so high that the death toll is gonna go up high right along with the crime rate? Right, stay on topic. All they gotta do is take away something that you have been brainwashed to believe is gonna help you get through life. And the majority of the things that's tangible, you believe that it can get you through life, like your phone, like the internet. like money, y'all just y'all too far gone. You you so far gone. You don't even know that your whole purpose is to live. Damn. When I tell you they have done a very somewhat good job with strategically planning out how they can turn people into bots. Because honestly, that's all they want to do. Turn you into bots, turn you into puppets, you know, just spiritually brain dead. Flesh is just walking, maneuvering around, but you're gone. That's all they need. I promise you. I promise you. All it takes is for them to take away something that you rely on heavily every day. The internet. The internet. Take away the internet connection. People are gonna go crazy. They're not even gonna care about their food anymore, eating. Man, people are going to go insane. And even with that, all they gotta do is say something and you will do it. You will act swiftly. They have you under their control. And with the snap of the finger, they can sit back and watch the whole entire world do what they told them to do. Put on a mask. Voila. Everyone's wearing a mask. 6 feet. Voila. Everybody's 6 feet. Go get jabbed up. Goddamn, the whole country did it. All they have to do is say something, and being that they got y'all under their control, you're gonna act fast. And people like me, we're considered a threat. We are a high target just because we know the truth, just because you know, we know exactly what y'all doing. We know the little tricks and the schemes behind these curtains. We know. We know that the whole entire time you brainwashed us. And see, the people that climbed out of the matrix, that escaped the matrix, we're considered threats. When we no longer want to abide by the rules of this wicked system, we're considered a threat. When we are no longer your yes men, we're considered a threat. When we just want to go our own way and do things our way, we're considered a threat. If we say that we don't want to work a 9 to 5, we're considered lazy. If we don't want to get up off our asses and go to work, we're lazy. Work like they told you to do. Let me tell y'all something. Slavery still exists. Slavery was never abolished. A lot of y'all really need to get that through y'all thick schools. Slavery was never abolished. They just want you to believe that. And with that, it's easy to get you to believe that because they put something, set something up like Juneteenth for you. Listen, all slavery did was expand. The fact that they even got everybody under their spell, everyone is slaves to the system because you work like they told you to do. Like they told you to do. And a lot of y'all do it for an image. A lot of y'all work just because you don't want nobody to call you lazy because you don't want to work. You're considered, I mean, you you concern too much about what the next person got to say about you if you decide that you don't want to work anymore. If you decide that you just want to escape the matrix and you sick and tired of working, a lot of y'all continue to do it because you're afraid of what society has to say about you. Why are you worried about what a stranger got to say about you? Why are you worried about your family and friends and what they think of you? Because at the end of the day, they're still stuck in it. You're not. You are escaping. You're escaping it, or trying to escape it. And the fact that you're not allowing yourself to escape it because you're too concerned about what the next person got to say about you. You gotta ask yourself, will you ever escape the matrix because you are concerned about what the next person got to say about you? That's why a lot of y'all are still trapped. But they tell you work, or you're nothing. You're nothing and you're no one if you don't want to work. Back in the slavery times, they told their asses to get back to work because slaves were afraid that if they stopped, they would either be taken out or whipped and beat. Slaves felt like if they stopped working in the hot sun in the cotton fields, they would be taken out or beaten. And and let's fast forward to 2025. A lot of y'all feel like if y'all stop working, you're nothing. You're a failure. You feel like you ain't even gonna be able to make it through this life without money. That is what they want you to believe. They want you to believe that you're nothing and nobody without money. So the question is, who are you without money? Sit and ask yourself who you really are without money. You gotta ask yourself that because they want you to believe that you're somebody. Do you not know how many people out here really believe that they somebody because they got a lot of money? They believe that they are important. They believe that, I mean, their ego is just so big. A lot of people become extremely arrogant because they got money. But who were you before you had all that money? Who were you before you were able to purchase this, that, and the third? Who were you before social media? Because that's another thing. A lot of y'all have been so pulled deep into the matrix from social media. You got to ask yourself, number one, when was the last time you put your phone down for a very long time? For 5 hours. Have you ever put your phone down for 5 hours? Have you? Or have you had to every 5 minutes scrolling, scrolling, scrolling? They made life based off of scrolling. It's to the point where y'all really believe that reality is on social media. The life that you live is on social. It's like your life is social media. Your life is the social media platform that you're addicted to. That's your life. That's your life. That's your life. You go to sleep with your phone. You wake up with your phone. You eat with your phone. You go to the bathroom with your phone. You go wherever you going with your phone. You never leave your phone's side. You are committed to your phone, and you're committed to social media. Your life is your phone. And it's a shame. It's a shame. It's sad. It's very sad how they got everybody so deep. I mean, I don't even know where to start because Evidently, my whole purpose of coming on here today is to talk about how everybody was conditioned. This is how they want you to live. They want you to live your life through social media, through the algorithm. They want you to figure out strategic ways how you can be first in first place, how you can be the first person to buy this car, how you can be the first person to purchase, how you can be the first person in your family to graduate from college, how you can be the first person to get you go to school for to be a lawyer, how they can. It's like basically they have created a society where it's like everybody is racing to be in first place. You just want to be the first to say that you did it. We all got that one family member that just couldn't wait to reach that goal that really wasn't that a goal that they did not create, but what someone else created for them. We all got that one family member that just feel like they just so perfect, you know. They so perfect because all the attention is on them because they have this and they have that. Because, like I said, you ain't shit to nobody if you don't have money, or if you don't have this, or if you don't have that, or if you did not complete the man made handbook that was written. If you did not successfully complete the man made handbook that was written, you're nothing and you'll never be anything. Bro, they want you to live their dreams. They want you to live what they wrote down. They want you to live the way that they have created society over centuries, bro. Decades. They created it this way. They did that. So you gotta ask yourself, who are you really living for? Who what what are you doing? What are you really doing with your life? Are you doing what you want to do, or are you doing what someone else told you to do? Are you doing what you want to do, or are you doing it for the algorithm? Are you doing it for social media? Are you doing it to be known? Are you doing it for validation? A lot of y'all are not living y'all lives for yourself. You living for someone else that you don't even know. You don't even know. You got to think about something. They want you to go to school, graduate, go to school again, graduate, find a good college to get in so that you can go to school for something that they have out there for you to go to school for. You want to get your degree. You want to get your degree in psychology? Go to college for that. Get you a degree. Once you get you a degree, see if you can find a place where you can sit down and be a psychologist and assign people medications. And now you finally got your house, you finally got your car, you finally got your family, you got your they want you to be successful based off of their man-made handbook. So you living for yourself, or are you just living for validation? Are you living because you want to say that you was the first to ever do it? Are you living for that reason? When is people gonna wake up and realize that every single thing in every direction that we look, it is a distraction. It is a distraction to distract you from the whole entire purpose, which is you having a life, you living, you being able to wake up and open up your eyes. Open up your eyes. They distracting you through everything, bro. And honestly, if you even thinking of a question that I think that a lot of people might be asking in their minds when they view this video, well, I mean, what about life? Life be life and life be like I said before, we all gonna go through something in our life. But it's all about how you survive it. If you survive through it, are you gonna take yourself out or are you gonna continue to live through it? That's the thing. We all gonna go through something in our lives. People really are conditioned to believe that we all are supposed to be perfect and we're not supposed to go through anything. We are supposed to go through something in this life. We all have to go through adversity some way, somehow. If your life is perfect right now, I'm sure that you had to go through something if you ain't already went through it. Because, I mean, please, for the life of me, stop believing in your mind that your life is supposed to be perfect. Please. Exactly. Exactly. It's not about what we go through, it's about how we get through it. How we're going to be better if we don't go through things to make us better. Exactly. That's my thing. That's my thing. Stop believing. Because, see, you got to understand something. Who would you be if you didn't go through anything in your life? Who would you be? Give me a second, y'all. All right, y'all, we back. Who would you be? Don't excuse the background, y'all. Excuse the background. Gotta clean it up. But who would you be though if you ain't go through anything in your life? Seriously, because life teaches us valuable lessons. Life teaches us valuable lessons, and without those lessons, you either will put yourself underneath your feet or behind bars. If you were not a disciplined as a child or teenager, when you become an adult, if you that messed up, you're gonna be somewhere you don't want to be. For real. Give me a second, y'all. Okay, we're back. Sorry about the interruption. Let's take this off. All right, we're back. So the question is, who would you be without money? Who would you be without your job? Because also a lot of y'all gotta understand that your job, your job that you work, you care too much about that job, and that job don't give a damn about you. And I don't even want to hear it. Don't look at this video and say, yes, my job do. My job do care about me because I worked my way up, honey. That's good. But you had to work your ass off to work your way up, right? I can just see a lot of people justifying every wrong. Everything that I say, they justify it. Everybody just always gotta find a reason to be like, no, that not really though. If I speak on black on black crime, everybody gonna feel like, I just don't like my own culture. If I speak on black on black crime, everybody is gonna have a reason to justify why there is black on black crime in the black community. The crime rate is climbing because of, most importantly, a lot of people. It is really social media. Social media, because the only way for you to troll your ops is through social media. The only way for you to figure out where they even at or where they be at is through social media, because evidently they live their lives through social media. The crime rate is climbing because a lot of people don't have sense. A lot of people was raised up on not having no sense whatsoever. And some of y'all was raised right, but you have allowed society to pull you right on up inside the matrix with them. So you just too far gone. You too far gone. I just don't. And then the people that's out here telling the truth, they look at you as a problem. Or when you confront them for something that they did wrong, they look at you as a problem. It We live in a world. This is what I asked my husband. I asked him yesterday. I said, "Where are the adults?" He's like, "What do you mean?" He said, "What do you mean?" I said, "Where are the adults?" What We live in a world around a bunch of children, because on some real stuff, there is no more real adults left on this earth. No more real adults left on this earth. None but a bunch of children. Because all the adults that are left here on this earth is pacified by the system. They believe everything they see, everything they hear, and they get upset because you don't say good morning to them. They pout and they cry because you don't want to talk to them anymore. That's the type of world we live in. Thank you. That's the type of world we live in. People that cry and whine and complain because somebody's talking about them. Adult women out here gossiping about each other, men out here gossiping about each other. You know, people's ready to argue and fight over nothing, over seats, over shoes, over food. A bunch of adults that's childish. Everybody's going through a midlife crisis, if you ask me. Where are the real women? Where are the real men? Are there any left? You said, what do you think the answer to this is? I don't know what you mean by that, P. But I asked him this yesterday. I said, anytime, you know, uh, we have to repeat ourselves about the truth, about what's really going on, what these adults are able to see before their very eyes, but they just blind themselves. They put the blindfold back on. They turn away. Anytime we got a bunch of adults that don't want to acknowledge what they did wrong, acknowledge their wrongs, anytime we live in a world like that, we live in a world with a bunch of children, a bunch of adults with a childlike mindset. Where are the adults? Y'all turning up and partying with your kids. You allowing your kids to do whatever they want. You're becoming your child's best friend. Where are the adults? You want to be cool with your teenage son or your teenage daughter's friends as well. Where are the adults? Anytime you got to sit up here and tell the truth that these adults already know, and repeat yourself time and time again, where are the adults? Are these children that we're speaking to? And I'm just being real. I'm just being honest, and I'm being raw and uncut. And I know a lot of y'all gonna hate me for that. But am I talking to adults or am I talking to children? And I'm only talking to the people that that denies everything that I say that's the truth. Denying the truth, resisting the truth. Those are children. Childlike mindsets. Anybody out here that is they want to argue with you about the truth. Childlike mindset, childish, not ready to grow up. Because a lot of these people, they so brainwashed that they fell so deep into the matrix that they've been going through a midlife crisis since they turned 21. No growth whatsoever. Just spoiled, entitled, obligated, and get mad at any little thing. Any little thing. A person that's in front of them that's trying to make sure they ain't been cheated out the price at the grocery store, they standing behind them pouting and getting mad, upset. Go to another line. There's other lanes that's open, but you got this person behind you pouting, shouting, come on, hurry up. Childish. Where's the adults? And don't tell me just because you're 62, you a grown ass man. No, you're a child. You never grew up. The only difference is you just turned the age. It's easy for you to, it's easy for us to turn an age. It's easy for us to get older. But are you really growing though? Are you growing spiritually? Are you soaking up all of that knowledge that you should have soaked up when you were younger? Do you know your right from wrongs? Do you allow anything to affect you? You said the answer to fixing the problems that are going on in this society. Well, the answer to fix everything that's going on in this society is living for yourself and not for someone else's purpose. And not believing everything that you hear, everything that you see. Do your research, dig deep. The questions that you have, the questions that you have, do your research. Because everything that we have been conditioned to believe, it was a lie. Flat out. A lie. Everything was created as a routine, strategically. Your whole life is a routine. You live your life the way that man wanted you to live your life. You're doing everything that man wanted you to do. You're soaked deep into you soaking into a deep dark depression because you cannot become what man wanted you to become for the life of you. You feel like you are failing. You feel like you failing because you can't get to work. You feel like you failing because you got an F minus in whatever class you taking up. You feel like a failure because you were conditioned to believe that if you get an F, you a failure. You were conditioned to believe that if you don't go to work, you're a failure. You were conditioned to believe that without money, you're nothing, you're nobody. Who are you without all that stuff? The answer to fix the problem that's going on in society is asking yourself, look yourself in the mirror and say, who am I? Who am I without money? Who am I without this phone? Who am I without this social media platform? Who am I without this job? Who would I be if I decided to tell everybody that I'm talking to right now that I need some time? I need some time. Let me get myself together. Let me fix myself. Who are you? Are you just somebody that's living because you just because you living to impress the next person? Are you living for validation? That's the thing. Are you living for validation? Do you just need somebody to tell you that you're doing good? Do you just need a lot of y'all need someone to tell you that you're doing good? You don't even believe in yourself. You don't believe that you're doing good because you don't have what the next person has. Stay away from people. Stay away from people that don't believe in you but want you to believe in them. Stay away from those type of people. Stay away from people that challenge everything. How can I say it? Stay away from people that challenge your decisions, your views. Stay away from people like that. And I'm talking about I'm only talking to the people that's already out of the matrix or that's climbing their way out. My advice to you is to stay away from people that don't believe in you and stay away from people that challenge the way that you view life, the way that you now see life. Because they ain't gonna do nothing but soak you right back into the matrix. I mean, pull you right back into the matrix. That's all they're gonna do. Sometimes you gotta isolate yourself away from people to be able to give yourself time to yourself. You got to be able to have time for yourself. So you got to isolate yourself away from people. Some of y'all don't even give yourselves that space and that opportunity to be alone because you always need somebody. You need somebody or you need something to do. When are you just going to be able to relax, sit down, chill, and literally not think about what's going on at all? Don't think about what this person is doing. Don't think about this television show. Don't think about how much money you got in your account or how you got to what time you got to get to work tomorrow. Literally, just sit back and think about who you really are. Everything that you've been doing. Think about who you really been living for. Have you have you even had time to yourself? When are y'all gonna be able to sit down on the couch in your chair, lay down in the bed, and really just really think? Finally, and I'm not talking about thinking about uh what man wants you to think about. I'm not talking about thinking about what's of this world. I'm talking about thinking about who you really are. What are you really doing? Why are you doing it? When are you gonna finally stop allowing yourself to make excuses for someone else's dream? When are you gonna allow yourself to stop coming down on yourself? Just because you can't accomplish what man wants you to accomplish. You a failure if you didn't graduate from kindergarten. You a failure if you didn't graduate from eighth grade. You're a failure if you didn't graduate from high school. You're a failure if you didn't decide that you want to go to college at all. You're just a nothing, a no one. You a failure if you don't have a job. You're nothing and you're nobody without an apartment, without a car, without any type of money to take public transportation, to take a Uber, to take a Lyft. You're nothing. You're no one if you were never able to order on a DoorDash, Instacart, Uber. Like they make you feel like you're nothing and nobody because you're not doing things that the world is doing. Because you decided that you want to step outside of that and just be yourself and do what you want to do and not what man created you told you to do. Stop worrying about what everybody else got to say about you. Stop allowing people to challenge the way that you view the matrix. Because see, these people, they don't care about being stuck in the matrix. Like I told y'all earlier, do you not know? Do you not know the people that I've been speaking to as of lately? They know that they're in the matrix, and they've decided that they are comfortable staying in the matrix. No one is tiptoeing to hell anymore. At this point, y'all just running and just scattering all about, ready to go to hell. Ready. People have exposed how wicked they are in 2025. I'm gonna just be honest. People have exposed that they are wicked and they are okay with being wicked, and no one can stop them. No one's ever going to stop them from celebrating holidays. No one's going to stop them from voting. No one's going to stop them from working. No one's going to stop them from gossiping, clubbing, going to church every Sunday, throwing a tithe and offer the same money that they use to throw at the strippers is the same exact little wad that they got at church. The same exact wad that they took to the casino is the same exact wad that they throw in a tithe and offering bucket at church. No one is going to stop them. And at this point, hey, you got it. You want to be in a matrix? Go ahead. It's just unfortunate because do you, like I said, do you not know how many old folks never woke up to the truth and they died with the thought that I know that I'll be able to get that American dream. I will be able to live the American dream. Even though they were 75 years old and up and their life was already settled because they already retired and everything, they still believed in their minds that they will be able to live the American dream. Even though they retired, they got all the money that they need. They still was struggling and everything. They just believe that they'll be able to live the American dream still. And they died that way. And that's the truth. Do you not know how many people out here just took their last breath the other day or today overall and they believed in their minds that they're going to live the American dream or they were going to? It's sad. It's sad. You got to ask yourself, do you live to work? Do you live to work? Were you placed here on this earth to work? Because a lot of people don't even understand that you pretty much you working every day of your life. You working. Even when you ain't working, you working. Even when you ain't working, you worried about what somebody else is doing. You're working. You trying to do for the next person that wouldn't even do for you. You're working. If you working, even when you say that you're gonna stay home and get you some rest, but you decide to go out in the back and plant your garden, you're working. You know, even when you say you're gonna sit down and chill and relax, but you decide that you're gonna get up and cook a dinner, a whole dinner, and next thing you know you tired, you're working. People live their life off of work, and some of y'all don't feel stressed from it until you able to actually sit down and really finally think. It's like when y'all able to sit down and finally think, the only thing that you think about is, oh my God, all I do is just work. I'm tired. Well, stop. It's an option. It's an option. It is not mandatory. And y'all get it messed up. Y'all get it messed up. Y'all are very clueless, and you really believe that you have to work. You have to. It's an option. They created this slavery to be an option. Real talk. And they know a lot of y'all not gonna stop because you are afraid that you will fail if you stop. You are afraid. You are afraid of what everybody else gonna think of you and what everybody else gonna say about you. So you're not gonna stop. So they know that they got you wrapped around their finger. They know that you're never gonna leave their system because you are afraid. A lot of y'all are very terrified to stop working, even though you want to. You're scared. You afraid that you're gonna lose everything that you got. And my husband said something, a phrase. He said, "Never chase what you fear losing," and that is straight truth, straight up. A lot of y'all are chasing what y'all fear losing. You chasing a job. You chasing money because you fear losing it. Like I said, you fear that if you lose your job, or if you stop working, or if you stop making any type of money, you're not going to be anybody. That's why I said, who are you without the money and without your job? A lot of y'all don't even care about the question because it's like, duh, I'm me. But who are you though? If that job was taken away from you right now and you've been working that job for 10 plus years, who are you without it? I'm just gonna get a new. No, who are you without a job? Period. Period. Well, I mean, I'm retired. No, who are you without retirement? Who are you without a job? Who are you without unemployment? Who are you without any sort of income whatsoever? Any sort of income. Who are you without that? Who are you without any type of money? Wait, and let's not forget, who are you without that phone, without social media? Because just imagine if all of that was stripped away from you, your job, money, your phone, and social media. Who are you without that? Who, don't say I'm me. No, who is me? Who are you? Unzip. Unzip. Cause see, look, behind the zipper, that is you. That is you, your true authentic self. And some of y'all really believe that you are already being authentic, but you're not, because once social media came into play, and once just all this different stuff that came into play that allow you to have a spending habit, you just constantly going to work, getting money, not living for yourself though, not giving yourself no sort of time whatsoever. It it created a whole nother you, a whole nother person. So who are you without all of that stuff? Who would you be? And people don't like when you ask that question because, like I said, they believe that they are them now. That's who they are. People don't like when I ask that question because they feel like, what do you mean? Who are you? Who are you to ask me? People are ready, set, go for a challenge. But you know the truth though. You know that this system has sucked you so deep into the matrix that you're ready to argue about the truth. You don't even want to hear nothing. You don't want to hear about yourself. You don't want to hear about your mistakes. You don't want to acknowledge any of it. You don't want to hear it. You just want to stay away from it. You want to run from it. No one wants to hear the truth about themselves. And unfortunately, we live in a society where if you tell someone the truth about themselves, they're going to be ready to take you out. If you tell them what they did wrong to you, they're going to be ready to take you out. We live in a world where everybody is ready for conflict, ready for war. And even if you don't take social media away from them, even if you don't take the internet away from them, take their phones away. Even if you don't, all you gotta do is tell them about their wrongs and they're gonna be ready to go to war. All you gotta do is confront them with the truth and they're just gonna be ready for war. People are just literally like walking crash outs for real, ticking time bombs. It's to the point where they can look at you in any type of way. They could be staring at you, looking at you, and in a minute that you say, "Hey, why are you staring at me?" They're gonna be ready to take you out for that reason too. We live around nothing. We live amongst nothing but crash outs at this point. In like any sudden jolt that can like kind of swiftly snap them out of the matrix a little bit, they're going to be ready for war, ready for conflict, ready to destroy you physically because they do not. We, like I said, we literally live amongst sleepwalkers. The sleepwalkers. They do not want to be woken out of their sleep. You got to think about it. Remember when you were a kid and your mom or dad or whoever was raising you was trying to wake you up out of your sleep and you were so deep in your sleep that when you get woken up out of your sleep, you just get irritable. You get irritated. You just want everybody to leave you alone. You just want to go back to sleep. That's the people that we live amongst. They are spiritually dead. If you try to, if you try to, the minute that you try to pull them out of the matrix by telling them everything that every way of life that they have lived was created by man and it was all a lie and a scheme the whole entire time, they don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear it. They're going to think something is wrong with you. You're either crazy, drunk, off drugs, or you just need some medicine, or you're a part of a cult, or you a Muslim, or you a Jehovah Witness. It's like people like us, people like me and my husband are under full blown attack mentally. Real talk. People will try so hard to push our buttons, so hard because they want us to be crash outs like them, and then they get pissed off when they can't push our buttons. They get pissed off when we don't do the things that they thought that we would do. It just amazes them. It's like, what the hell? Why can't Danny TV and King Lou just react like we need them to? Come on, react. Because see what they do is they try to push your buttons hard by using something against you that's very sensitive, you know. So they use that, but see what they fail to realize is life. It's life. It's life. You can create as much adversity for me and my husband as you want to, or anybody else out here that's like us. You can create adversity as much as you want. But at the end of the day, when we maneuver around the evil schemes and plot twists that y'all got out here for us, it's not gonna affect us. You want it to. That's the thing. Because y'all believe in y'all minds that, oh, I can target them with this because this right here is sensitive to them. You know, I know that life, when you live life, you're gonna go through things in your life. And unfortunately, being that we live amongst the spiritually dead, the sleepwalkers, they're going to set up booby traps for you to fail, for you to crash out like them, because they don't want you to not be with them. They don't want you to not think the way that they think. They don't want you to think outside of the box. They just don't want you to think freely for yourself. They want to drag you back in. And you know what? The fact that you even escape the matrix, their biggest plot twist and schemes is to make you crash out so you can either A, end up beneath their feet or behind bars so they don't have to hear your mouth ever again. Ever again. They will literally do something so hurtful to you to make sure that you react. All because they hate the fact that you're nothing like them. They hate it. They need they need you to be silenced. Do y'all not know how many whistleblowers out here is dead and gone because they were not silent, because they decided to speak up? Do y'all not know how many whistleblowers is actually sitting behind bars and got the whole book thrown at them because they didn't want to be silent, because they wanted to tell the truth? But see, when you tell the truth, you irritating their demons. Their demons get irritated and they plot on you. Now they either want to see you dead or behind bars, or they just want to see you completely broken, mentally broken. They want to see you on medications. They want to see you in and out of psychiatric hospitals. They want to see you lost with nothing. They hate when you advocate for what's right. They hate when you speak truth. They hate it. And I'm telling y'all, overall, they really just want to distract you for being alive, from being alive and just being able to live. Because it's more to life than materialistic things. It's more to life than just, figuring out how you can maintain a consistent income and working. And this is just the truth, man. Real talk. I understand that in this life that we live in and the stuff that they pushed out here or whatever, you gotta work and you gotta pay your bills and pay your rent or whatever, things like that. But who the hell said that you had to become a slave or be someone's slave doing it? Who the hell said that you had to tire yourself out running like you running a damn hamster wheel and break your bones and break your body down and make your health decline just from working and being away from your family that you created, just because man wants you to be their little slave? Who the hell said you had to be a slave though? We all know what we got to do. But I want y'all to understand though, it's more to life than just thinking that that's what you have to do to be alive. Like literally, what you have to do to be alive is be grateful to be alive, so that you can wake up and be alive the next day. Be grateful to be alive, because if you're ungrateful to be alive, then you will get your wish. You will get what you ask for. Cause I'm telling you, when you irritate their demons, they try to justify everything that you saying right. They justify it. It's like, wait a minute. I mean, they justify everything that they do wrong. My bad. They do justify everything. No, it ain't. It's not just more to life than living. It is more to life. More to life is just being able to work and pay your bills. That's more. No, no, no. That's what they want you to believe. Who is they? They don't want me to believe nothing, because all I'm gonna do is just pay my bills, pay my rent, and I'm just gonna be able to make sure that I got money so I can buy this, that, and the third. They got you. They got you. They got you under their spell. I'm telling you, it the whole entire purpose of us even being here on this earth is to live, create new life, and spend the rest of our lives with the person that we fell in love with, that we want to be with, and not allowing the things that man created for us to take a toll on us. So you telling me if I open up a notebook right now and I write down how I want you to live your life, are you gonna see? If I take out a sheet of paper right now and I write down how I feel like the whole entire world should live their life, why can't y'all abide by that? Why can't you abide by that? You were born and raised to believe that this is how we should live the rest of our lives. You're not even realizing that you living your life through somebody else's dream. They want you to go to school, get an education, graduate. Go to high school, get an education, graduate. Go to college, graduate college, get your degree, and you'll be set for the rest of your life. Do you not know how many people out here with degrees is still struggling? Still, they got degrees and they're still struggling. Do you not know how many people out here, they their ambition was to do exactly what they were told to do. Go to school, graduate, get a degree, go to college. I mean, get you a degree, get you a nice car, get you a house, get married, have children, and just live this amazing life. But see, what they didn't tell you is you're gonna have to continue to work your ass off to be able to keep everything that you have. What they didn't tell you is even if you worked your ass off to get everything that you have, when you retired, you in bad health, in bad shape. You not know how many people out here is in bad shape because they worked their whole entire lives and they're really pissed off and angry and upset, even though they retired, even though they got a lot of money coming in, they're still depressed, they still sad, they still feel like something is missing, something ain't right. You want to know why? Because y'all, they decided that they didn't want to, because y'all, they decided that they wanted to live someone else's dream instead of living for themselves. They were doing what they were told to do. Do you not know that it's sad when people get old and they finally realize that this all was a lie? It was a trick, it was a scheme. That's sad. But I mean, you did wake up though, right? It took a long time, but you finally woke up. Thank God you're still alive while you were able to wake up, because a lot of people didn't make it. And they didn't make it and they wasn't able to see the truth. They wasn't able to to see the life that they live for what it truly is. They wasn't able to see that. They they've conditioned the minds of humanity. They brainwashed everybody and they're still doing it as we speak. And they're still being evil and they won't stop until the whole entire world is evil just like them. Nevertheless, wake them folks up.